Navy baseball has its new head coach. Chuck Ristano spent 12 seasons as the pitching coach at Notre Dame before a one-year pit stop at Florida State. Chuck, why did you leave the familiarity of the ACC for Annapolis?
Well, there's obviously something really special about the academy. Recruiting young men who are going to go on to do really special things is a passion of mine. So learning more and more about the academy, I find myself in greater alignment with the complete institutional mission. But make no mistake, we're here to win Patriot League championships. We're here to beat Army.
You mentioned recruiting. You've had more than 40 players go on being drafted into the MLB. 100% of your players want to be commissioned into the military. How will you attack recruiting with those different set of expectations?
Well, I think you're just really forward with articulating to the young people we're going to recruit how special the mission is, how special the calling is, and we're going to try and find people who can, of course, play baseball at a really high level, but at the same time are willing to jump in with both feet to the entirety of the experience.
You followed Link Jarrett from South Bend to Tallahassee. Which qualities of a head coach did he equip you with?
Very detail-oriented. Every practice was planned to the minute. I think that will serve us really well here because we have to be a pretty good model of efficiency. But he's also very intense. His poise and control under extreme pressure is something that I've learned, acquired, honed, and I'm looking to take that into my skill set now as a head coach.
You inherit a pitching staff that was middle of the pack nationally with a 5.72 ERA. How will you approach improvement and development with this new set of players?
Well, I think I've got to learn about them. I think the first step will be evaluating. I think it's probably a big mistake to come in and think you're going to change things about players that you don't know all that much about yet. On the surface, when you evaluate the team, you're starting to look at a lot of right-handed pitching. You'd like to we're not going to be able to add left-handed pitchers right now, but I think in the future, of course, having a little bit more variety, in addition to all of the right-handed pitchers, finding guys who have different stuff, a different arm slot, a slider over a curveball, a changeup over a slider. I think in order to win and pitch effectively throughout a season, you've got to have a little bit more complementary looks than maybe what we had. So that's something we'll probably target in the player development phase once evaluation is done, and then of course the recruiting phase.
You're finally here on the yard. What are you most excited about?
I'm getting ready for I Day. I've heard about this. I'm learning all the terminology. I can't wait to see what these young men look like in person. I wish we could get the whole team together right now. I can't wait to meet the young men, but watching the process as the new residents here on the yard kind of take on their first challenge is going to be very moving for me, and that's what I'm most looking forward to next week.
He's the man to lead Navy baseball in 2024 and beyond. He's Chuck Ristano. I'm Luke Slabaugh, and this is Navy Baseball.